Hello. Who is open? Okay. An enemy always drops. This can actually open these. It fixes your offer range. Fun fact, enemies only have to collide. Need the backstep animation. Like these guys. You don't actually need to step behind them. You just have to hit your animation. As you can see. That's enough to kill. Oh, we can look at it. I would actually return this. Oh, smart idea. Hello and welcome. That's 2 levels, that's pretty good. Let's see here. And okay, we have already burned the bone. Ah yeah, we want to go to Huntsman's Copse. History. Now, fun fact, you can actually run on top of this bridge, which avoids protection and makes it easier to escape. Now, since I have tagged this as a walkthrough, we will get another bone dust. Now, there's 2 ways to get in. First is just drop there, the second is to put it into jump. Usually the exit there, but this should have the advantage that they don't drop down here. Okay, apparently they still do. That should be an issue. They are one shot and these artificial undead. You can backstab them. But since we are using the best weapon in the game, we can also just fight one. The fools. It's not a good weapon for us per se, but it's a nice drop. Regardless. And backstab. Ah, yeah, right, and you can spell Sword Spear is good. But it needs like 40 intelligence, which is bad. Now we want to lower the bridge, whereby now for the next boss we kind of usually would Ah, I'm sorry. I needed to sneeze. For the next boss, you would like to have a weapon that does blunt damage, but we sadly don't have one, so we need to use a different weapon. This can only be opened by getting a key, and that key can be found behind an invader. He will always do the jump attack when he sees you, so it's easy to avoid that. Oh, there's two up there. One will always shoot his shooter through, and the other one will always do that attack. The hollow is fine, he just drops, I think, life gems. But he will not attack you, he always comes in. Ah. Shit! That wasn't very bold. I'm a little sick. Apologies for that. Dogs make very dog sound noises. Whatever that means. And jump attack. You can side straight dogs relatively easy. Now what you think is kind of risky is doing a sprinting attack there. Because if you get hit, that kind of depends on the weapon, if you can execute it properly or not. Because with the equipment we are using right now, it's staggering. Ah. This is an NPC invader, as you might have guessed. His AI loop is really fucking stupid, as he will always do 3 hits if you're not in front of him. So what you want to do is make sure that he rolls away, and he always rolls. You can actually chain him by making sure that he rolls. And the third. Now, if you want him to roll, or just kill him. Now we can unlock the bonfire separately. We will also be doing that because no particular reason, honestly. Because I need to sneeze again. We take the Harmon. There's also Kryton, directly we can hop in. He's so smart he locked himself in here by accident. He planned on using this as a trap. I'm not sure how he got locked in there himself. But we will not be talking to him. We don't really care. All he does is give you some lore, which we don't really care about. Now we are obviously doing this to get to the area. Also doing that. With a really hyper-realistic elevator. Which is probably the biggest theme of the entire series. Fun fact, in the normal Dark Souls 2 version, the key used to be down here. So so you would be ganked. Also, the invader was somewhere else. The invader was at the end of this walkway. It would spawn around here. Just got blood born. Now we will immediately enter this waterfall. Also some regulars off. I think the best approach is running to this guy and punching him to death. At this point they will not have enough HP to be a big threat. So you can actually kill all three. But you kind of probably shouldn't do this, but if you can do it, do it. As this will eliminate trying to dodge random projectiles. And these guys should be fine. There's a lot of them, but they don't have enough HP. They will stagger eventually. Now the actually dangerous ones are these guys, the roly-polies, because they have an easy time staggering you and can do a lot of damage. What you want to do is just make sure that you use the pillars to protect yourself. As you can see, you can just kill all of them. But make sure that the roly-polies don't roll into you. Everything else should. Just keep your distance, strafe a little, and make sure that they're all grouped. Or if you make sure that they're all grouped, then just use the fire sword. If you use the rapier, you should always make sure that they're alone, so you can just kill single ones. Because the rapier is good at dealing with many enemies. See, the rapier does not do a lot of damage. They are relatively resistant to most forms of it. And that has been the skeleton bonus. They only drop alluring skulls as far as I know, and human effigies apparently. Only human effigies. They also drop alluring skulls. Usually. But human effigies. Now there's a hallway, and then we switch. We should know what is forward. In fact, the sky doesn't move. It's just still. Now a lot of people will jump or roll through here, but what is actually way better is just run. Because if you roll or jump, you will be covered in poison, which is bad. Now before we go back, we can actually get item chance, I believe. I'm not sure when exactly we will be able to buy them.
Many have extra.
Okay, you can't buy them yet. We don't really care.
Okay, these none of the different.
But what we want to buy is actually bonfire setting.
How is it that I end? I've said, I suppose it's about.
See, because if we would have rolled through, we would have been poisoned. We avoided that. Now the best way to get through here, if you don't want to deal with all of this stuff, is to just first kill this one skeleton. You can use this the orientation, at least if you're speedrunning or want to go through here. And you will jump around here, then you can just run. It's a little faster, and the risk of him hitting you is basically zero. Even if you loot the item, he will almost always miss if you do the opposite. Also, they will almost never hit you. She will now blow thingy, but you will be able to dodge it by just blowing. And this is the exact path how to avoid all of them. Now, they will follow you, but what you can just do is not go that way. You can just drop down here. Go that. The skeletons will follow you, but oh, there's Titanite bugs. Oh, they want to hold that. They don't drop what we need. You can't get Titanite bugs just yet, I believe. Now here you just can just go past. Now the best covenant is that way, but we kind of don't care. Because it's kind of our concern. Now, he got poisoned because I made a mistake, but that shouldn't be an issue. As we have learned, 2 life gems will out-heal the poison. So we are going to use 2 and then we enter it. This boss is obviously really easy. What you want to do is stay around to the side. As that, you just wait 2 seconds, I believe. But if you stay here, he basically can't hit you. Only way he can hit you is by doing his side roll, which has a decent bind up. But most of the time he will just do his weird slap attack. That is the roll attack. You can just go here, wait a bit. Well, that was the flail. But it doesn't. What you can also do is you can knock it down. That will spawn undead. And he will eat them. But it's probably faster just to kill him. Honestly. As he doesn't have a lot. Doesn't really matter. The smart thing to do is actually and buy some life gems. As we are going to be using life gems the entire run anyway. Actually, let's buy one of these. Yeah, it should leave us enough on level, yes.
Less of this land.
Now we will keep leveling strength. Codex doesn't really matter. But for now we can actually still level Dex. It will increase the power of our flamesword as well, so that's fine. Now next up we will run through a FMB. I hope my avatar is okay. She had a rough time being created and stuff. This guy will always drop down, but if you don't stop, it should be fine. We do a lot of damage and will stagger him. This guy, he will die. The poison. Which is nice. He will almost certainly run towards you. I like to lure him back, but you can just run past him. But you will see in a second why I lure him back. It's easier to do the next part. Because 2 mannequins will spawn, and when he is there, he can stagger you. And that means we die really quick. What does he drop? He can drop a shield, life gems, Now here's the reason why I killed him. One will jump down. You're fast, you can kill that one before the other one jumps down. Meaning you don't have to deal with that in time. And if the guy is there, it can happen that he just staggers you. Also up here, you want to kill that guy. Oh, yeah. There's a fog gate here. It's not a boss. Now this is something pretty much every player knows, but I don't know if new players would know. You have to kind of set this line in frame. Because otherwise the boss that we are going to fight in a second will be really strong, which we don't like. This thing always shoots 3 arrows with pressure plate. There's 2 more medikits. I don't know if you heard. Now there's a hiding shadow and he will always jump in. And that's a terrible fucking... For long can invade you everywhere. There's no way. For long can invade you in basically every area, has different spawning spots. So what you want to do is I will avoid him now, as I don't really give a shit killing him. Come on. That wasn't. That happens. In New Game Plus there will be a third one standing directly in front of the fog gate, just to mess with you. But he's actually easy to kill. You don't really have to kill them, as you've seen. Well, almost seen. What you want to do is drop down here. And then you want to make sure that you are around center here. Then you can just run past them. And go in here. 9 times out of 10 they will not be able to before you enter the boss. Now for her we are going to use the fire sword. That is a really strong weapon against her. Alternatively you can use the rapier, but it has, well, while the rapier has more range, it has less ways of using it. It can happen that you miss, basically, which you won't with the fire swords. Or straight sword fire. It's the exact name. Actually, just the fire straight sword. Should we jump now? Grab it. That's definitely a heal. You stand behind her, you have to make sure that you go. It's always 2 pokes. She doesn't have to follow up with the background. Just here, she does. She can only use sword spears or a. But both are relatively easy to dodge. They shoot one-shot you, so even if it's fine. Let's see here for a second. Voilà. Just was checking stuff. Now there will be an area that a lot of people don't like, which we understand. It's not that bad, but it can be annoying. These guys are really fast. There's a lot of them. As you can see right here, they're relatively resistant against fire, which is kind of obvious looking at this area. So you shouldn't use fire weapons. These guys, on the other hand, are not very near the fire. Watch out, she has a lot of range. And this does decent amount of damage. As you can see, I don't like fighting her, in particular her, because she has so much range. It's really annoying. They're easy to dodge, as you just kind of have to dodge as soon as you see the move. Good thing is they don't have that much HP. Now I advise against opening this until you have killed both invaders, and as there's two of them. As opening it can make other enemies aggro, which you don't really want. What I think is really funny is she's using a weapon from PvC. It's basically like a PvP battle with these guys. I can't roll. Now you have to make sure that put her in the that you are at the right spot. As she's now dual wielding, she does more damage. You can see that because one of the weapons is slightly better. But the good thing is you can, as soon as she does the combo, you can usually roll forward, which will make you dodge her. Come on, dude. Except that combo, you can't really dodge that effectively. As the last hit has way more range. Be way. I think they gave them a little too much HP. Because you have to actually fight them. And the damage is a little ridiculous. Also, I believe she is influenced, basically. I mean, she can also backstep twice, which is interesting. It's not a character can do that. And I don't think it's a weapon arm. I mean, I know it isn't. Admittedly, I am here a little underleveled. So I shouldn't complain much. But I have never mind. Take a little too much patience. I don't have. Now we are going to kill the other one as well. Because otherwise they will follow you through the damage. they will always take 3 hits with the +6 weapon. And sometimes drop their armor. Their This guy is slightly easier, as he uses magic, which is easily predictable, and he doesn't have very much range. You can basically always get some backstabs. He's also using a DNC. I'm not sure what the fuck he's doing. Not sure how that would have been a backstab. Now when you go away from him, yeah, you will almost always cast a spell. But he's much easier than the other one. Because he has less poise and just that's just. You can also break his stance if you so desire. Oh no! Most useless spell here. That has been the second way. They still have a lot, which you can cheese them relatively easily when you use stuff like great swords or ultra great swords. The heavy attack will basically always knock them down, which ensures that they will die or that you can stun them to death. Now we could level now. We have levels. Oh, more like 5. But we will not do that just yet. As there's a few more things to do before. Not sure where this is. Okay then. They have a lot of poise. I always forget that that's the case. Be nice with you. Since you can buy a freaking your application because you have to get this. You only get now there is a range of things you can do now. The first is open the secret wall. And there's also a pretty nice skip that you can. I'm not sure if I will make it now, but the skip is basically you run here, and then around here you will jump. Which skips the entire area, basically, and makes sure that you can just climb up here and kill it. This will skip all the bullshit enemies, but there's 2 up. They have been added in Scholar. Hello. Yeah, that's really nice. Also, you can make. You could now cheese them. Or you could shot die. But another good thing is you can actually just run past all of them. Or you could die. That's not so helpful. I mean, I have like 1,000 hours in Dark Souls 2, so I don't really need help playing the game, I guess. I just put walkthrough in because I thought I can give some hints, a little bit about the enemies and stuff. So I just made a playthrough. But this, I'm not sure what that is. But sure. Why not? I like stuff like that. Always a little too greedy. Best and worst 3 uses. Well, the worst is probably like Covetous Demon, Prowling Madness. Even though I actually think it's kind of funny to fight the boss. It's not a good boss, but well, the best vendor in the game is obviously the guy who sells you the armor sets, because he sells you the. He doesn't say you have to murder him for it, but that doesn't matter. It's still the best. I don't know. Let's get back to the bosses. Is this better now? Let me actually kill that enemy and look into settings. But maybe this should be better. I had to adjust the loudness because of my chair. Okay, wait. Give me a second. Well, the game is really loud. Why is the game so loud? This should be better, I think. My chair is pretty loud for some fucking reason. I need to get a better headset. I will not be doing this game. Ah, perfect. Well, Covetous Demon is probably the worst. Probably Manus is the funniest, but not a good boss. I actually hate Old Iron King. Not because he's hard, but because he's lazy and boring. But I wouldn't say it's the worst, honestly. I don't know, I have to think. Dark Souls 2 has many bad bosses. Blue Smelter, probably by far the worst. Not because he's a bad boss, but because the boss run-up is like the worst in the game. Second only to Frigid Outskirts bullshit. So that's probably my top 3. Covetous, then Frigid Outskirts, and then Blue Smelter. In general, I think the DLC, like the... Can you stop? I will now murder you, and your family, and your children. All of them. Best NPC invader. Forlorn, just because he pops up fucking everywhere, we just bully the shit out of you. Especially new players. Get backstab, bitch. Ow. Who else? Who else? Who else? What is the best NPC? The second best NPC. Third. Oops. I should learn how to count first. Yeah, I mean, Forlorn is the best invader. I wouldn't know who else. He's great. He has different fucking weapons. He pops up everywhere, and he's just really fucking annoying. It's kind of funny. I, by the way, love their walking animation. It's so funny. It's only topped by one enemy, and that's the Falconers. As they just have perfect walking animation. animation. They look like they shit their pants. Worst NPC? No, he's the best. I mean, whatever you want. If you want players to hate him, I guess he's the best. Why do people hate him? I mean, he's annoying, but I think that makes him so great. When you see this message pop up, you're always like, shit. But I actually like that feeling. It's funny. Pursuer is also a funny boss. We are bosses. Let's see. There's another. Let's see. Gilligan is just. I hate him because he just fucking scams you. It's like I sell ladders. While I don't have to, I always. Phantom and Lois. Yeah. True. I forgot that he existed. Since I always just kill him. But he's hated. He's also kind of funny, honestly. I like how they implement him. Another invader that is actually annoying, but you can just run past him is at the end of the DLC, like the Sunken King. You can just be, what's it called, the Jester, of which you can also buy the armor set. Jester can be really fucking annoying, especially with his flame, with his ember. I don't know what the healing thing is called. But I actually love Ember. I think it's called Ember. Is it called Ember? True, he has like an infinite amount of S's, he doesn't give a shit. Oh, no. Get fucked. Hello, Smelty Boy. The Butthole Boss. We should rename him to Butthole Bandit. I think that's a fitting name. No, I think Gilligan is like one of the worst NPCs just because he fucking sells your ladder for like 12,000. Yeah, Anus Face, exactly. Or Butthole Bandit, because he steals your butthole when he kills you. Another reason why I hate Blue Smelter, when he transitions, he fucking explodes. And they changed his timing. But jokes on him, or jokes on the developers, I don't know how the timing is anyways. So it doesn't matter. But what is the second? The Duke. The Duke in Drangleic Castle is a really good NPC because he sells shit on New Game Plus 3 that you can actually only get in Covenants otherwise. So for 100%, if you don't want to do the online stuff, he's probably one of the best. I would say. I actually used him for my 100% run a month ago. Because you just have to play through the game like twice, and then you can just skip a lot of fucking farm. Especially right now, when the online is still there, obviously, but like, yeah, there's not that many people. Especially, I was like, I don't know, level 150 or something, and had a soul memory of like 2 million. 4 million. You don't find that many people. Honestly. The only people I could find was a fucking Blue Smelter, and I don't exactly enjoy fighting the boss. Also, most of my hosts just kept dying on the run-up, which I understand, it's a shitty run-up. But yeah, the worst NPCs are probably like Forlorn, Invaders, Forlorn, Lois Guy, I don't know. Probably Jetster. Don't kill me, please. No. Lol. He didn't do his AoE. Why? Should have killed me. You will regret this. And the best vendors in the game. The armor guy. I always forget his name and just kill him, then I run fast. I also like McDuff, because he's the only person where you can infuse your weapon. Even though I never do that. But it's a good thing. It's something you probably should. That was a really long delay, what the fuck? Die. Ah. Best NPC invader. I don't know, I like the invaders. A lot of people hate them. Is he? I don't know. He's annoying in co-op. Anus Phase 2, or like the blue Anus Phase, is probably the worst. Not because he is itself the worst, but because people forget that he has fucking AoEs and he just kept one-shotting every host I had, which was really annoying. Another boss I actually like is Pursuer. I don't know why he's so hated, but I think he's actually quite fun. You can also easily fight him without rolling, if you know what you're doing. The only thing you kind of have to roll is when you're too close, but you can basically dodge all of his attacks by just walking around, which is kind of fun. But I like it. That's true. Most bosses are really easy in co-op. Except the fucking dragon of Sunken King. He is just harder in co-op because your weapons will just keep breaking. But why is he harder? Is he harder because like he has so much HP that it just gets annoying and you... Really? I don't know, I usually sometimes just summon NPC summons, so I probably am not the best person to judge that. I just know that I always bring repair powder because otherwise my weapons break. But then again, I also use like stuff like rapier or fire sword. Oh, I can kill him with the fire sword. I forgot that I have that equipped. I will now control the controller with my chin. Aha! Feel it. Not really. Give me. Perfect. Ah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the fire. Yeah. He probably also just fucking drains your healing resources so you can use life gems. But life gems are the best healing resource anyways. Why should you use anything else? Oh, I can have it way more. Let's do that, yes. Let's get some more life gems. I'm addicted to them. Keep eating them. That kind of highly depends on the NPC summons. For me, he just kept flying all the fucking time. So, not sure about that. Are you testing Dark Souls 2 or not? I never really tested it honestly, I just played through it like way too many times. New Game Plus there's nothing changed here. That's just a bad factor. He will fall down, so we don't really care. That's some fun here. In fact, this guy is a new wound scholar. Let's see if I can make the jump that I sometimes make and sometimes I fail because I forget that how to do it. Yeah, I failed. Perfect. High IQ plays right there. I'm sorry for the cheer. I don't know what to do about that. I need to get a proper microphone. I haven't been streaming for too long yet. One boss that is also kind of annoying when I think about it is the Skeleton Lords. Not because he's particularly hard, he's just because it's like he summons so many enemies. It's just if you don't use like if you use the rapier, it just sucks because you have to basically do no damage. And Double Dragon Rider is probably one of the more shitty weapons. I did test a lot. Still hurt. Just Thomas. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would say the best summon is Iron Tarkus from Dark Souls 1, but that's not on the list. Iron Tarkus just single-handedly killed Iron Golem in my Dark Souls 1 playthrough. Oh, I forgot that he is a hit. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. He's dead now. Maybe we can like not do that. I should still kill all Dragon Slayer. No need to thank me. I like talking about this game. Praise the sun. Have fun. And thank you. Yeah! Oh, smash me, please. Smash the like button like he smashed me into the fucking ground. Oh, I don't think there is a like button on Twitch. So let's see, he doesn't show up. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I made that myself. Took me a while, took me a couple of hours to make. But hey, it was fun, learned a lot. I rolled too early. The rigging was a little annoying. Especially like the mouth. Making sure that it at least slightly moves like my head. It doesn't really, obviously. But that's mainly because I'm using free software because I'm poor. I should probably start dodging them instead of just damage tanking. But dodging is for cowards. It's not looking there. Excellent. It's sad that I can't teabag them. My good guy, can you maybe stop destroying the floor? Oh. Yeah, keep destroying the floor, that's better than destroying me. It's not as embarrassing. I'm not a baseball, please stop. I believe he's not even the only enemy that can break this. I'm not entirely sure. But I would imagine that a lot of them. I don't know how you just become Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like, I'm prepared. I'm pretty sure these enemies were designed because someone just watched Naruto and was like, ah, we need to have this in the game as well. So just put in ninja knights. They should be called ninja knights, it's way cooler than. Why did you do that? I wasn't even behind you. I was like beside you. Piece of shit. Get stabbed. I also love how I'm just poking into the rapier while he's in full iron armor. And he actually dies from that. Like, what a loser. Funnily enough, most of these enemies will die in the fire when you run away from them. Don't really need to worry about it. It's at most, not all. But if you have a decent amount of adaptation, it shouldn't be a problem. Die. Now, for those who don't know, there's actually an enemy up there. You can look. There's also an enemy there, which shouldn't aggro at this point. Apparently, arrow stabbed his trigger. So you can actually log onto him and then throw stuff. He will actually not come down. Yeah, apparently he will. Usually he does. But also my Dark Souls 1 run was just... that would have been really embarrassing to get that way. That was a good hitbox. Get killed. Ah! Not me. The guy. Shit, that booty. If I do this, do I have to classify it as sexual content? Important questions. Has to be classified. Oh yeah. Am I playing male or female? I don't even know. Oh. Oh yeah. That's the true star. Now, switching this level will actually deactivate all of the fire, so if you want to collect items, you should do it afterwards. You will also sit it's on fire. This would be smart. Now, since we are still human, we can actually summon, but I would actually recommend against that. Because while the summon is good at taking aggro, the boss we're going to fight doesn't really work that way. So we could summon this character here, but it doesn't really matter, as she will just make the boss more tanky. Doesn't really do that much more damage, so that would be something that you can do. You can also actually jump over this guy, if you so desire. I just chose against that. Now this looks like collapsible floor, but it actually isn't. I don't know why. And now we are at Old Iron King. Now if you want to buff, you should probably do it right, as he takes a while to walk here. It's also funny how he tracks you and it looks kind of awkward. Now that is probably not the best. It's an annoying attack. You can roll it by like eyeballing it. This attack is nice, as he will stand still for a while. What you want to do is you want to look when they're around in the middle and then roll that specific fireball. I would recommend not locking on this boss. His locking on will make your roll slightly more shitty, because it will be relative to him. That will not allow you to frame or launch in the direction you want. You just have more control. For example, I can do stuff like this. Sprinting helps this boss fight as well. Sometimes. This is a buff. Which is just an indication that he's like slightly strong. Now I believe, I'm not entirely sure. Now, while he does these attacks, it's fine. Basically, just spam until your stamina's gone. There's only one attack where you need to watch out a little bit. Also, stay away from this hole. Stay more in the middle. Here you actually have to wait a little until the fire goes away, otherwise you get hit by a lingering hitbox, which is annoying. Now if you stand too close, you will fly away. This attack, you just run around here, then you won't be hit. You can just run back to his hands instead. Now here we go again. You always want to stay around here, because if you get hit, you will not fall off the map. Otherwise, if you stand too close to that hole, or too close to any side of the arena, you will fall. So, yeah, that's the boss. Basically, when you come, you wait here, buff, then you stay around in this area. You don't want to stand too close, you don't want to stand too close here, and don't camp back. Otherwise, he will do a fire attack, you will not be able to dodge. Now, I will be trying to get a Chandler's Trident, just because that's a fun one. Now, something that people don't know is how the Shrine of Winter works. The Shrine of Winter is basically, you need 1,000,000 soul memory, or you get all the 4. That's why speedrunners always just kind of kill the rotten 4 times, because it gives you around 1,000,000 souls. Now that's a lot of levels we can do. Now what we want to do right here, now, is we want to get, let's say, something like this. 35 HP is a good amount. And since we are really not going to change our armor until the very end, maybe for the DLCs, it should be fine. We forgot to get the Dragon Ring, because I forget where it is most of the time. So, no, I will just not get it. Now there's a couple of things we want to get. Let's sort of clean up. Because, well, I classified it as a walkthrough, so let's walk through a bunch of things. If you want to get into the Mansion of Majula, which is something you should probably want, because there's an Estus shard and you want humanity in there, you will do what I'm doing right now. As we have already opened the shortcut, we just here, not here. As you can see, this gate is still there. You can just drop down here. The advantage of this is like way less expensive. Now you will one-shot these enemies, most likely. Ah no, you won't, because remember you put this area in your password. Ah, that's not where I want to go. But putting this area in New Game Plus is not something I would recommend players to do, because it will also spawn some NPCs and will buff a boss that you will fight way later in the game. Since that's not something I recommended anyways, you shouldn't be doing it anyways. Now this rock will only kill him on New Game and New Game Plus. He will not kill him on New Game Plus. Now you will talk to him until he gives you the key to the land. Or the house key, I think it's called. Or the menu. I didn't read it. Now this will obviously allow us to get into the dimension where we can pick up a few items and just then upgrade our... Should I be playing lots of the 4? I don't know. Write me in the suggestion box if you hear it. Watches this fine. No, Gilligan can sell you the leather, but as we established earlier, I don't like him that much because he's a dick. It's not exactly a dick, he just kind of sells you something. His lockstone is not something particularly need, but it's not. Now down here there will be one skeleton for each new game. So right now there's only one. New Game Plus there will be 2. So they will not respawn and always moved. There is a soul vessel in here, which we will just get. At least I don't need it. We wouldn't need it. But it's a good thing to have, and if you kind of fuck up your stats, you can easily just respec. This doesn't cost anything. It's just one soul vessel. And at this point you should probably have 1. Like me. If you have more, well, good for you. If you don't, well, what did you do? Listen to me? No? Well, that's your problem, not mine, is it? Anyways, we will now burn the southern bone dust, and the bonfire setting will be safe for the rot. As you will give us a lot of souls, especially with this setup. But keep in mind it will be New Game Plus higher, so you will be a lot more tanky. Didn't want to level. Seek list. These are the important words to learn to pass it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, listen. Perfect. They are 60 list, I guess. Okay. Ah, my neck is slipping. Now here we will burn a bonfire setting this whole area to New Game Plus, but since this whole area, this is why we have unlocked this. If you burn the undead bone at the bonfire setting at the other bonfire in this area, you will not respawn the rotten, as the rotten belongs to this specific bonfire. Now, since this is New Game Plus, you will have all of the cutscenes again, and the invader will spawn as well. But that's not really our problem since we basically are at the boss already. So we have already seen that cutscene, just kidding, I skipped it last time as well, but okay. If you do what I do, you will probably always take 1 fire tick, but that's fine, it shouldn't kill you. Fire doesn't scare in Game Plus, so no matter how high you are, it will always do the same amount of damage. Now at this level, Rotten won't one-shot you, he will do a lot of damage though. So be sure to not get it. The good thing is, Rotten doesn't have a lot of HP, a lot of moves. So as long as you stay around in front of front center, he shouldn't use his 3D attacks. Except this one, where you have to watch out. This is basically just timing, there's no real way to tell it except like guessing that the timing is right. Every other attack just, I don't know, count to like 2, and that much. At least this one. That was, by the way, one of his strongest attacks. I think the timing is also around 2 seconds for that. That isn't, but and so now that has been brought in New Game Plus. As you can see, yes. Now he will reward you with 140,000 souls, which is really nice. It's a lot. Which brings us a little closer, and what you can do now, you have 2 souls of the Rotten. The Rotten doesn't hit you a lot. He would probably not recommend doing this, but I will be doing it because I don't need these souls. Now doing this will get you closer to the amount of souls you need. As you can see, we already have 894,000. So if I go ahead and use all of these, we could probably get relatively. But that's not really my intention. I just wanted to get more souls to level up fast. Be a little more OP to kill the last boss. And the last boss is, I think we didn't kill. Yeah, we definitely didn't. The next boss will be Lost City. Will probably also be the last boss for today, and then I will be leaving. This will probably grant us a lot of levels. Let's see here. That's a good amount. Now, Vitality is a good stat. Let's bring that to 10. Let's bring this to 10 as well, just because I like 10. Let's bring Dex to 30. Let's bring this to 40. Let's bring this to 30. That looks good. If you did everything I did, you should have this amount at this level. Now, we should be prepared for everything that could happen to us. So we will now kill the Ruined Sentinels, because it's the fastest way to Lost City. Otherwise, we would have to go through 2 areas, which we will be doing as well, but just not sure if I already killed this guy here. Let's see. It looks like it. So we will just ignore this, run up here, and the rest of the area should be helpful. At least it is for me, so it's your problem. Now, on the level we are right now, these guys shouldn't be much of an issue, as we can basically just tank them. And for this guy, you obviously need the Fragrant Branch of Yore, which you should now still have to. Now, the fastest way to these guys is actually not this way, as there will be a lot of enemies. What you want to do is drop down here, drop here, go here, and not get stuck there. Run past this guy, you can just roll him here, and then you can just climb. Make sure to climb up fast, and you will avoid all of them. They will follow you, but we will be faster. Because we can just run through here. As you can see, these guys are relatively fast, but we should be entering before they hit us. Now this guy will always do an attack from above, so you can just side strafe it when you go in. Use your buff if you have one, or just do this. Now he will probably fall down. Okay, he didn't. That's not something that should happen, but it doesn't really matter. If you stand here, you actually save from their attack when they jump up. Yeah, that's one side they can jump up from. So this guy will now drop down and jump us, and he will do a swipe attack. So it's actually pretty nice to stand here because it will not hit. And now he will jump in 3, 2, 1. Perfect. See, this swipe attack doesn't hit you, so you can easily just wait on. Now be sure that he doesn't fall down. We have enough HP that we can just face tank him. Now if the second one comes before the one dies, you just drop down. One of them will drop down without an attack. And you can just, well, the other one apparently does one. But this other one should be low enough that it. Fighting two of them can be annoying, so the best thing I can say is get good. No. Best thing is to just bait out long attacks and then make sure that one of them is blocking, because if he's blocking he will take a while to attack. He can't just attack out of his block animation, so that is a good thing to know. See, he will now block, 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 and then he will stop blocking. As you can see, they will take down their shield. Demonstrate one more time. Come on, lift up your shield. Lifting up the shield basically says, hello, I am passive. I will now wait. Come on. Since he's the last one, he probably doesn't. But yeah, that's a good thing though. Now you want to sprint through here, otherwise you will explode. They dropped 60,000, which it's like 3 levels for us, which is good, but we don't really give a shit. All we care about is getting to the next boss. If you don't know where you are in Lost Bastille, I would recommend not rolling through stuff, because that can lead to you doing really quick. As some of the doors lead to nothing. Still not entirely sure why it didn't make this way. The glowy ones will always explode. And now you can just run through here. Open the secret door. There's a second one somewhere here. I believe it's on this side. Or was it on this side? This will lead you out and it will make you fight another pursuer. This is also good as it kind of represents a shortcut, because you want to go through there. So you want to have the key, which you already do. So you can just drop down here, make sure that they shoot you, or you can just destroy this thing yourself, roll, and then you're done. You have now gained access to piece of shit. And you should be able to unlock this. Yes. Now there will be 2 dogs. Which at our level we should just be able to control, hopefully. If you don't, we'll just run back. Tell them they're good dogs or something. I don't know. I'm not a dog person. Now, as you can see, there's a suspicious shadow, which you can just stop. And then you take this elevator, go through the room we just were. As this will seem familiar, we just were there. And now we have just officially get access to the boss. We can get boss weapons now. We could unlock straight. I think I will do, because there's nothing really else to spend it on. These enemies are not hostile, so you can just ignore them. As soon as you start attacking them, they will become hostile, so watch out for that. Now we will be going to the next bonfire, which is just across this bridge, and it's up there. It's called Sinner's Rise, and we will be fighting the Lost Sinner. Now, I would recommend now traveling back and leveling up. I will not be doing that because I'm lazy. Attacking him once will make sure that he will follow you and die, or just not follow you at all. There's also an item up here. Wait until you're almost down. Pick it up. I think it's rough water. No, it's blood knife. Now running through here can be kind of risky, as there will be... It's a boss we haven't seen yet. This door opens relatively quickly, so you should... If you of course plan to summon... Well, that's going to be... Because she will actually die before you reach the boss, so... I recommend using a torch here. Otherwise, this boss will jump out of your lock-on range, which can be fucking annoying. Also, when you have already killed the gargoyles at this point, you can light these spires on the top left and right. But since I have not done that yet, well... Lost Sinner is meant to be the first of the 4 souls, so you shouldn't have much of an issue if you are here at such a high level. Should just watch out for one attack, and that's the Pokey Poke, as she has more range than you should than you expect. For some reason, her sword is like twice the size of what you can actually see. So yeah, just roll it and it's fine. And that has been lost. This is our 4th Great Soul, so we have already killed all the others. And now we are able to enter the shrine. There will be a frequent branch over here. And an Elizabeth mushroom. Now interacting with this will spawn the idea, which for our sake we will actually spawn. But if you don't want, actually I don't think I liked it, or oh I actually did. Just so you know, you will only spawn if you on the 4th thingy. So if you don't light all 4, he will. Is of course, as everyone knows, will spawn the idea boss if you interact with him at all the places. For that you obviously need to answer his questions. Right now he didn't ask any questions, but if he does, he will spawn. Also, another reason I didn't travel back earlier is because these bonfires will teleport you back to the far fire anyway, so I don't. Except waiting for her to fix it. Bear of the Cursed, Sig List, yes. This will give us actually a decent amount of levels that we will pump into strength. Because there is actually a soft cap. 30 is basically fine. Can actually do 35. That seems reasonable. Now, I'm not sure if we can actually already get stuff.
No interest.
I have no interest. Now we can go to the shop. Which would be doing right now. And then once we arrive at the castle, I will go in. I will, for old time's sake, I will kill the shit pants guys, who are probably the most buggy enemy in the game. I am dropping frames again. No sunlight metal. These are probably the best enemies to farm sunlight metal. So. Okay, plus there will be a red one of them here as well, so watch out for that. Now the white phantom guy can follow you up here, but he doesn't always do that. So yeah, be sure to watch out for that. The reason I'm not entering the DLC just yet is because we don't have the key, so how should we do it? We can enter this DLC entrance, but the key item to unlock the doors we don't possess just yet. But since the DLC is made to be played after you finish the game, it will also be like that. Now, of course, these guys take less damage of our fire sword because it's raining. So we should probably not use it. Except for this guy. Ah, okay. I just somehow missed. It's fun having the same problems as Dark Souls 1, not being able to hit fucking bugs. I know, that is hurts. Also, use life gems as liberal as you can. Because you can buy just stinking amounts of things. Now what I just did was kind of really risky. So wait. If you don't see anything, just roll with the timing. But if you don't have it, well, you should or just don't get into that situation, bro. Just be good. Nah, that's not fair. Like castle, by the way. I don't know, this looks like both castle, honestly. Now killing this guy early is good, because he, at the beginning, is near this gate, so he's designed for you to understand this gate. He isn't. He's slightly too far away. So if you kill him, perfect. You kill him just around, like a meter closer to the door will open. And plus there will be a red phantom here, which is just a fucking Beyblade. So watch out for that. And I will now level and then go away. There are 60 left, yes. Now we don't really need to level anymore, because we already have the endgame stats we kind of need. We are already level 120, which is really high amount. Don't need that many. But anyways, that was it for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.